Sonic Temple has come and gone. It was well over a month ago, but here we are. Last month, we spent 4 days up in Columbus, Ohio for Sonic Temple's annual Art and Music Festival, this year being the first year they've come back since 2019 due to COVID. The 4 days that we were up there, the crowd was loud, the energy was off the hook, and the music was top notch. Everything about it was fantastic, and the memories that we made are gonna last a lifetime. My name is Cadillac Mike with Crossing Aces Media, and this is Tales from the Temple, Day 4. So what went down on Day 4 at Sonic Temple? A lot of shit went down on Day 4 at Sonic Temple. This is what happened. Same thing as Day 3, we showed up early and we ended up getting to the line to get in at around 8 or 9 in the morning, I believe. Yeah, as you can see in this photo, it was hot as fuck out there, the sun. A lot of the same people were there in line. We met some great people. 2 nice ladies ended up giving us some watermelon before the show, and that was greatly appreciated by us. But there wasn't a whole lot that happened before the show, just standing in line. Those who showed up know exactly what I'm talking about. There is nothing, you're just mixing and mingling with people that you're waiting in line with. Once we got in, the energy was a tad bit different than it was on Day 3. Instead of just walking to the stadium, we took off mad dashing and running as fast as we could to the stadium. And I'd like to give a shout out to the security guard who stopped me while I was running to tell me to quit running.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I don't know what kind of job you signed up for. This isn't a crossing guard gig. This isn't hosting a cakewalk. This is a music festival. But we ended up making it into the stadium for Day 4. If you have watched Days 1, 2, and 3 of the Tales from the Temple series, you notice that we stay on the left side of the crowd throughout, except for today. We wanted to feel the atmosphere and energy that the right side of the crowd was bringing. All throughout the weekend, it was a little bit different on that side. A lot more chaotic, a lot more pits, a lot more crowd surfing, and me and my beautiful partner, Nira, wanted to get in there and see exactly what was going on. Once we made it into the rail, it was right around 11 o'clock in the morning. I believe there was a scheduling conflict the final day along with the first day. I know the first day, Fever 333 ended up dropping out. So there was a hour-long break in between when you first got there and the first band taking the stage. Sunday was the exact same. I don't know who pulled out, but one band did end up moving around. So there was a little bit of a pause and a break before the first band of the day took the stage, which was Holy Wars. I have nothing but praise. They put on a great opening set for the main stage on Sonic Temple on the final day. Very crowd interactive, Holy Wars was. Holy Wars ended up putting on a great opening set for the final day of Sonic Temple up on the Temple stage. They had some great crowd interactions, lead vocalists coming off the stage, actually jumping into the crowd, hopping on one dude's shoulders, performing a little bit of the song off of there. Actually ended up getting a high five from her, so overall, it was a great way to start the day. Holy shit, was that sun beaming. Those who showed up on Day 4, first day was cold, second 2 days were kind of cloudy. I don't know, for whatever reason, on the 4th day.
What? I told you!
We told you to wear sunscreen.
After Holy Wars took the stage, there was a little bit of an intermission in between sets. Luckily, we were able to see 0936 perform on the monitors from the Octane stage. For those who have not checked out 0936, make sure to follow them. I saw them back last year in New Orleans when they performed the 3 Days Grace and Wage War. Should have went and watched them, but luckily at Louder Than Life this year, we get to go and watch them again. Nothing More took the stage next, and they drew quite a crowd in there. I'm gonna say the exact same thing I said about Bad Flower on Day 2. When they walked out there, their energy does not match their music. You come out there, paint halfway down your body, getting the crowd amped. I'm expecting some heavy shit. I'm expecting you to start some pits. I'm expecting crowd surfing. I'm expecting the whole nine. I'm expecting heavy metal. And that is not what they presented to me at all. Not a fan of Nothing More. Nothing against them. I think for what they do, they're good. It's just not my cup of tea. A little bit disappointing I stayed to watch that instead of 0936. But for later in the night, it was 100% worth it. So how was Nothing More set though?
I mean, it's all right. Like, overrated as fuck, in my opinion. I mean,
They didn't sound like they were having audio issues. They didn't sound like they were having any sort of technical issues. The music sounded good, just was not what we enjoy here at Crossing Aces Media, which is also the exact same thing I'm about to say about the 4th band, not the next one. The Pretty Reckless took the stage next, and self-admittedly, I was kind of on edge about it. I have seen the Pretty Reckless back at Louder Than Life last year in 2022, and I was not impressed. It just seemed very monotoned and very unenthusiastic to be there. This year, I wanted to keep my optimism alive, and I give them credit. They came out there and put on a lot better show than they did last year. Because I think this is another thing that needs to be talked about more of music festivals is people talk about how it's a great stage for you to get your music out there and for people to discover who you are. But I also think it's a great stage to do the exact opposite, to turn people off of the music. We discussed that a little bit in day 2 with Dorothy going on her Jesus rant.
Get off him right now in Jesus' name. I bind the
Turned a
spirit
lot of
of
people
death.
off of her music, people that were
Get off
maybe
him now.
getting interested into it. Pretty Reckless was not nearly on that level. They did not do anything to that out there. However, last year when we saw them at Louder in Life, we have not actually listened to them since then because I was just so unimpressed by what I saw last year. The Pretty Reckless were luckily able to redeem themselves for us, and we were able to get back into their music. We have them back on our Apple Music playlist. So, big shout out to the Pretty Reckless for putting on a great set for Sonic Temple Day 4. Next to take the stage was JawBreaker. Who the fuck is JawBreaker? This is the part of the video where I normally pander. I'll tell you put on a good set, or I'll do exactly what I do with Pretty Reckless, or nothing more. Put a little critique in it. I don't even know who JawBreaker is, and to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna sit here and try to tell you like, oh, they were good. Oh, I'm naive. I know they were big back in the day. I know they made some sort of impact in the music industry, but I think I speak for most of that crowd that was sitting there waiting. We were not there to see JawBreaker. I think everybody was there to see the final 2 bands of Sonic Temple, the grand finale, if you will. Which takes us into the next part. And real quick before we get into the grand finale of Sonic Temple, if you guys have not already, please make sure to go on and give us a subscription if you guys enjoy our content and want to see more music festival coverage. I promise you we try to get better each day that we upload content, and hopefully the editing and the video skills will get better along with personality skills. Make sure to check the description below to follow us on our other social platforms. Along with give the awesome co-producer of these videos, Danny's Music Adventures, a follow on TikTok. Chino and Deftones were up to the stage next. I will go on and start by saying this. I've never been scared while in a crowd at a music festival. I've never had that fear of being crushed, stampeded, pushed up against the rail. I've never had that fear until Deftones took the stage. I thought Beartooth brought some energy to the crowd. I thought that Falling in Reverse definitely brought some energy to the crowd. Neither one compared to Deftones when they took the stage. I think that's a big testament to how big their fan base is and how loyal their fan base is, along with the limited amount of shows they played throughout the year. They just made this perfect storm of beautiful music and chaotic people. And what definitely did not help was Chino coming off the stage and coming to the right side of the crowd, the side of the crowd we decided to come to that day, and everybody wanting to push forward to get close to Chino. Don't blame them whatsoever for that. But it did cause this little bit of a surge in the crowd to push forward. From the moment they started playing Genesis on the stage, it was clear that this was going to be one of the top tier performances of the weekend. Chino and Deftones went out there and played all their classics, all their bangers. They played Be Quiet and Drive, My Own Summer, Digital Bath. They closed it with Engine Number 9. I've said this multiple times throughout the series. Between Godsmack putting on one of the best performances of the weekend, between Falling in Reverse putting on one of the best sets of the weekend, Rob Zombie putting on one of the best sets of the weekend, Kiss putting on one of the best sets of the weekend, Deftones put on one of the best sets of the weekend, by far. Those who have not been fortunate enough to go see Deftones, go see them while they still play shows. Go and see them. You're sitting there thinking like, oh, I wish I could, oh, the tickets are... Do it, just do it. Do it, take this as your sign. Do it. Buy the tickets, do it. Before we get into the closer of Sonic Temple, I want to take this moment to remember all the great people that we met. We made a lot of good friends, and hopefully next year, whenever we get back up to Sonic Temple, we get to see a lot of you all again. If not, thank you guys for the great times. Thank you guys for the memories. I want to give a shout out to the security team, especially. I did it in day 1. I'm going to do it again day 4. They were top tier, top quality, great people to be around. They made the experience just as much fun, if not better, than some of the actual producers and the musicians up there. Between the crowd interactions they were having, helping the crowd get water, helping them get whatever they needed, catching the crowd surfers. And that might seem like an easy enough job as it is, but no, they were getting banged up. They were getting cuts, bruises. They were getting sunburnt. They were putting up with a whole lot of bullshit out there. So to the security team, thank you guys. You guys made it awesome. To everybody else that was in that crowd that we were able to mingle, mix with, and to meet, it was a pleasure. It was an honor. As Jose said whenever he got up there on stage, we're family.
When you're here, you're family.
Family now, so hopefully next year we get to see you all back up there at the historic Crew Stadium for Sonic Temple 2024. With that being said though, but here we are, the closer of Sonic Temple 2023 Music Festival, Foo Fighters. With this being only the third or fourth set since the unfortunate passing of drummer Taylor Hawkins, they were fortunate enough to be joined by drummer Josh Freese. And I don't use this word in my everyday life. I certainly don't use it in my videos. That set was magical. That it just felt so special to be there and be a part of that. Getting to sit right up there, so close to the stage, being right up there next to Dave, Pat Smear, the rest of the Foo Fighters. That's the moment I'm gonna hold on to the rest of my life. Starting off with All My Life, it was clear from the beginning that they were gonna bring the energy and they were gonna bring the hype. And hopefully Dave wasn't gonna fall off the stage and break his leg again. About an hour into the set, we get to the introductions of the members. And while introducing Josh Freese, we get 3 fantastic covers. Even though they were short, they weren't the whole songs, they were just about 30 seconds. Personally, my favorite, I wish they would have gone a little bit more into it, was Puddle of Mud's Blurry. Toward the end, I remember Dave specifically saying, do you guys want 1 more, 2 more, you want a few more? And I didn't want it to end. I wanted him to keep playing all night long. I wanted him to play every single song he knew, bust out some old Madonna songs. I don't care, play everything. That wraps up all of our Sonic Temple coverage. It was a fun 4 days of chaos. It was a fun 4 days of music. This is our first festival coverage, obviously not the best. We're gonna start improving a little bit more as we go forward. I'm sure y'all got enough of my face by this point, so with that being said, just like Dave, we don't like to say goodbye here at Crossing Aces Media. So with that, we'll leave you with this. Peace.